My name is Sarah. I'm 32 years old. I live alone in a small apartment and work as a nurse at the big city hospital. I am happy with my job. My patients like me and the doctors trust me. But when I come home in the evening, I feel lost and lonely. One evening, I was walking home from the hospital. Suddenly, a car hit me from behind. I fell to the ground. Luckily, the car was not driving fast, so I was only shaken, not injured. A man quickly stepped out of the car. He was wearing a suit and looked very worried. He held my hand and helped me stand up. "Are you hurt? Did you get injured?" he asked anxiously. "No, sir, I'm okay," I replied. He insisted on driving me home. At first, I said no to his offer, but he asked again and again. Finally, I agreed and sat in his car. When we reached my apartment, I said, "Thank you, sir. Thank you for dropping me home." He left with a warm smile. Inside my house, I could not stop thinking about him. "Stop it, Sarah," I told myself. "He was just a kind stranger who helped you." A few days later, I was working at the hospital when I saw a patient with a head injury. It was the same man who had helped me. His name was Mark. He smiled when he saw me. He remembered me. As I wrapped a bandage around his head, I asked, "How did you get injured, sir? Did you hit someone with your car again?" He laughed. No, I did not hit anyone. I fell down the stairs at home." We laughed together. He asked about my work schedule and when I usually left for home. I told him everything. "I will wait for you downstairs at the hospital entrance," said. "I will drive you home." I blushed with happiness. "You don't need to do that much for me, sir." But he shook his head. "I helped you when you were worried, Sarah. Now it is my turn to help you." In the evening, he drove me home. We talked for hours. Soon, Mark came to pick me up every day. Slowly, we fell in love. We spent more and more time together. But the good days did not last. One morning, I went to the market to buy groceries. As I walked past a bakery, I froze. I saw Mark, the man I loved. He was standing with a woman and a child. The child was about 10 years old. Mark was laughing, and the woman was holding his arm. They looked like a perfect, happy family. My heart stopped. He had cheated on me. He had lied to me. He had a wife and a child. Tears filled my eyes. I ran straight home and cried in my room. In the evening, Mark came to pick me up just like always, but this time I was ready. I opened the door and screamed, "How dare you cheat on me? You have a wife and a kid. Do you have no shame betraying not only me, but your wife too?" He looked confused. Then he said, "Sarah, I love spending time with you. Don't worry, my wife does not know about this." My heart broke completely. "I am not a toy," I shouted. "I will not spend time with a man who lies." I slammed the door in his face. From that day on, Mark never came back. A few days later, a new doctor came to the hospital. His name was Dr. James. He was handsome, and all the nurses wanted to be near him. But I did not care. I didn't even look at him. One day, I was walking to the hospital. My mind was still lost in sadness. Suddenly, bang, a car hit me again. I got a minor injury on my knee. The driver rushed out of the car. It was Dr. James. I whispered to myself, "God, am I the only person in the world who always gets hit by a man's car?" James quickly bandaged my knee right there on the street. I looked up at him, feeling angry because I remembered my last betrayal. "Don't bother, doctor," I snapped. "Don't tell me to sit in your car. Don't tell me you will drive me home. I can walk on my own." James looked surprised, but he let me go. A week later, I was busy with a patient when James came running towards me. I am so sorry, Sarah, he said, breathless. I am sorry I accidentally hit you with my car. He tried to stop running, but he tripped and fell on his knees right in front of me. I couldn't help it. I laughed loudly. Just like that, James and I started to become close. We spent a lot of time talking. He was funny and kind. One evening, James told me he loved me. He wanted us to be together. I loved James too, but I was scared. What if he left me, like Mark did? Promise me, James, I asked. Promise that you will never leave me. I promise, he said softly. We began to live together. One day, I felt sick. I took a test and discovered I was pregnant. I was so happy. I messaged James immediately to tell him the big news. James replied quickly. He said he was thrilled. He sent me hearts and kisses. But the next day, James did not come to the hospital. He did not come the day after that. I was terrified. I started to feel betrayed again. My friends tried to contact him, but he was nowhere to be found. A month passed. James never came back. I stopped going to the hospital. I sat alone in my house, crying. One afternoon, I went to the market to buy food. There, I saw James. He was laughing. He was with a woman. Now I am sure, I thought. James cheated on me just like the first man. I ran away before he could see me. I reached my house, shut my room door, and fell to the floor, sobbing. Why did I ever believe a man again? The next day, the doorbell rang. I opened it, and there stood James. I am sorry I left you alone, Sarah, he started to say. My eyes turned red with anger. Before he could finish, I slapped him hard across the face. Then another slap, and another. You liar! You scoundrel! How dare you make fake promises? You deceived me. You were laughing with another woman in the market. Get away from here. I tried to shut the door, but James held it open. Sarah, please listen, he cried. I love you. I was so happy when you messaged me about our baby. My sister lives in another city. She's the only family I have left. I went to bring her here to share the news. He took a breath and continued. But when I arrived there, I had a terrible accident. My car was crushed. My phone was destroyed. I lost your number. I was in the hospital for a month. My sister stayed by my side. When I recovered, I came back as fast as I could. The woman you saw in the market, that was my sister. James began to cry. I still love you, Sarah, but if you are angry, I will go. I will come back when you are ready. I quickly pulled him inside and hugged him tightly. I was so afraid, I wept. I thought you left me. I am so sorry I hit you, James. James smiled through his tears. He picked me up in his arms. Just then, his sister walked through the open door. She had been waiting behind him. She looked at James's bright red face and looked confused. Brother, what happened to your cheek? James looked at his sister, then at me. He winked. Sarah just kissed me very hard. It made my cheeks red. All three of us laughed loudly. The next week, James and I got married. We live together now, surrounded by honest love, waiting for our new baby.